because up next we have Alex Moretto coming on. Sorry, I made him wait a little bit there, but he is a tortured Habs fan. He is an NHL bettor, and he works over here with us at the Hammer Betting Network. Books the shows. Like, he absolutely cooks for us. Let's hope he can cook some bets up.
Books himself as a marquee guest on the show.
All right, bring up Alex. Enough ripping on him. Alex, how's it going?
Yeah, I booked myself for 12:23 last time I checked, but it is what it is. It is.
We are delaying the inevitable. We are trying our best.
Ran a little bit late.
It worked out all right because I saw Flump's hair, and it actually gave me a little bit of time to go and put some water in my hair, so I didn't have the same fiasco over there. So it worked out all right.
All right, water instead of gel is crazy work, but nevertheless, we'll get into it. Mike Vivian in the chat saying, "Thank God you're here. The Sharps are here now." So it's good to see a lot of hashtag free Albert, free edge work, save edge work. This is edge work now. This is edge work now, especially the segments when you come on. All right, let's talk a little bit about. You want to talk? Okay, so there's a couple things you want to touch on. Some point totals and some Calder stuff. So let's start off with the point totals. If we can flip over to Fanduel. Anaheim Ducks were one of the worst teams in the league last year, but you seem to like their over. Is that just because you feel like the number's too low? Are you like higher on this team? Like, what? Tell me a little bit about why you're higher on their team points this season.
Well, typically when you like an over, it's because you think the number is too low. Okay. So I'll start with that. I definitely do think the number is too low. I am planting my flag in the Ducks this year, though. This is like the team that I'm going to be banging my drum on all season. A couple years ago, it was the Predators on Edgeworth. We were all Predators, and we had a fun time with that. It worked out well. They ended up making the playoffs, so hopefully we can have a similar fate here with the Ducks. I just don't think the market is pricing this team correctly. There's a few things they're not properly accounting for, like the first of which is the coaching change. Obviously, Joel Quenneville is in now. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. Off-ice stuff aside, we don't need to be getting into that here on a sports betting show, but strictly Quenneville as a head coach is one of the best coaches in the NHL, especially for a young team. I don't think they could have made it higher. He's going to really help them sort of break down the door they've been stuck behind and get closer to hitting their ceiling. So you bring in that coaching change and you factor in the moves they made this offseason. Obviously, Chris Kreider comes in, Granlund comes in, both very good middle six veteran forwards that are really going to help that group up front. Kreider will help the power play a lot that struggled. I think getting Zegras out is good. He was a bit of a distraction. Don't need to deal with that anymore. And realistically, though, it's what they have on the team already. You look at the young core with Leo Carlson, Mason McTavish, obviously who's unsigned. Hopefully they get him signed soon. He's a restricted free agent, though I don't think there'll be any issues there. Troy Terry, I think, remains criminally underrated. Cutter Gauthier was fantastic in his rookie season last year. He's a horse. You look at the back end, like Jackson Lacombe, Zellweger, Mitchikov. These are all really good skaters, guys that are built for this modern NHL. They have a lot of really great young players, and if they can just sort of stack breakouts, and I think the situation to do that is perfect right now because they have the supporting cast, they have the coach in place. I think they're going to be able to stack a few of these breakouts and not just surpass this point total, which I think is criminally too low. I think they have a chance to, honestly, this may sound outrageous, but push for 100 points if things break their way. I know the Western Conference is a little bit tough this year, but to make the playoffs, you can get some really good prices on that. The point total is, I think, way too low. Once FanDuel starts posting the 90 plus, 95 plus point markets, I think there should, assuming those are basically just, we don't know the numbers yet, but those are basically just derivatives of their point total market. There should be value in those as well. So yeah, I am big time on the Ducks this year.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Can we take a look at their playoff odds quickly, Jacob? Right now, I think they're, what are they here?
It was 280, 290.
I got scroll pretty far.
270. There we go. Plus 270 to make the playoffs there if you like that, or you can wait for those 90, 95 plus markets over there. So yeah, generally, I guess what you're saying is the market is too low, though. I guess going back to what
quack quack. That's what we're saying right now.
Quack quack. All right, the quack pack is cooking today. All right, we love that. Love the look there too. I feel like Ducks could be really good. Like you just mentioned, you have staying in the Western Conference though. You are down on a team. You feel like the number is too high. Who is it?
Yeah, I know So Money is probably watching this right now, and he's probably going to disagree with me a little bit. I think a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me. I kind of want to fade this team. Now, the caveat here is that FanDuel, we love FanDuel. Very, very sharp book, though. They have they're quite shaded to the under on this Utah number. Utah on FanDuel, I think right now is 90.5, their point total. You can get like 93.5 basically everywhere. That is a drastic difference, obviously. So like if you're going to be betting this, maybe wait for FanDuel to either take some more over money or to kind of align with the market. But yeah, I'm pretty out on this this Utah team. I don't think they're a bad team by any means, but like I just kind of want to fade the hype here. They're a team that was being propped up because they traded for JJ Peterka. Peterka obviously has his shortcomings. He's a good offensive player, but like he really does not help you in your own end. He's very, very one-dimensional. It is an upgrade to the top six, but it also is a significant downgrade to the bottom six because in bringing him in, they had to get rid of Mason Michelli, who's in Toronto now. They had to trade Josh Stone, who's a really good kind of middle six player, good two-way player. The only new face they brought in was Brandon Tanev to replace them, who like that contract was one of the worst contracts given out this summer. I don't know how you can justify paying that guy $2.5 million a year. At this point, he basically brings nothing to the table. I love him. He's a heart and soul guy, but like he is, the way he plays, it's such a grind on the body. He's basically cooked at this point. They also stayed really healthy up front last year. Like all their key contributors played basically every game. Only a handful of man games lost. I know health is unpredictable, so you can't bank on that not being the same. But it is very unsustainable to keep that going. On the back end, I do like the group, but they have downgraded. They lost Kesselring, who they traded out in that trade for Peterka, and he's a really, really good right shot, big guy logged a lot of minutes in the top four for them last year. That's going to be a massive loss for them, and they only replaced him with Nate Schmidt, who, like, I know now Stanley Cup champion, won with Florida last year. He was fantastic, but, like, he was very much a product of that Florida team. They've had a lot of reclamation projects that have come in there and done great, and then once they leave Florida, they're not the same player. I do not expect him to flourish in Utah. He also played 103 games last year. At 33 years old, someone who has struggled with injuries his whole career, that is extremely unsustainable. I would be very surprised if he's able to play a full season and play at the level he was able to play at in Florida. And then you look in net where they had Vejmelka, who was very good last year, but like they rode him into the ground. He started 28 straight games after the Four Nations break, which we talked about a lot on Edgework. That was insane. We started to really fade him down the stretch, and he faded down the stretch. He just could not keep up that level of play. And now you look at their backup, they brought in Vitek Vanacek, who is terrible. So you're either going to ride Vejmelka into the ground again and let him fade, or you're going to rely on Vanacek for like 30-plus starts, which is not going to go well. If you look at 90.5 is I think maybe a bit fair. I do have them coming in closer to like 89, 90 points, but like 93.5 where the market is at is way too high in my opinion. That's like a playoff team. I do not think this is a playoff team. I think the West is drastically improved. I just talked about Anaheim. I think the Canucks are going to be a lot better this year. The Kraken got better. Flames and Wild are right there competing. So yeah, I'm just very much fading the hype on this Utah team.
Yeah, very uninspiring bottom six there as well. Like you mentioned, like they're going to need to score goals with that goalie tandem, and like obviously their top six should be able to score, but like the secondary scoring is going to be like a real head scratcher for me because I'm like looking at their bottom six, I'm like, who's going to score for them here? It seems a little tough. All right, let's flip over before I let you out here. Talk Calder quickly. Let's head over to the awards markets. Talk Calder because I mean, famously on Twitter, as the chat knows. You're pretty high on, is it Demidov? Yeah, you're high on Demidov to win the Calder. I think you said it should be like minus, what number did you have it to?
I think minus 280. I think is what I said here. No.
So let's bring him up.
Not quite, but
let's bring him up right now and let's see what's he priced at right now, Jacob. If we can head over to the awards market.
Yeah, Demidov's plus 190.
Plus 190. There we go. All right. So yeah, talk me through that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll keep it short. I could talk about Demidov for an eternity. Realistically, I don't think anyone wants to hear me glaze another Habs player for the next 10 minutes. But, like, this has nothing to do with the fact that he plays for the Habs. This is the fact that he is just, like, a generational talent who has been playing against men for a while now. What he did in the KHL last year was basically unheard of. He set a record for most points by an under 20 player in KHL history. He beat Kaprizov's record of 42. He's lapped Michkov. He's lapped Kuznetsov. All those great Russian players that have come into the NHL. He is surpassed all of them, and he did it for a SKA team who was coached by Rotenberg, who is like notoriously very, very tough with young players. He did not give Demidov much ice time. Demidov beat Kaprizov's record, averaging under 14 minutes a game. Kaprizov was at 16 when he did it, and he got half the amount of power play time as Kaprizov got. So he's just, his skill level is off the charts. He's going to come to Montreal now where he's in a really good situation. He's going to get basically all the opportunity you could want. He's going to be on playing top 6 minutes. He's going to have a ton of ozone starts because they want to shelter him in that regard. He's going to be playing, power play 1. He's going to be walked right onto that unit, which is a very good unit all of a sudden, with Hudson back there and, Suzuki and Caulfield and Laine. They have a ton of options. We should be able to rack up points in that regard. We saw in his cameo late in the season what he was able to do. Even in the playoffs, his game translated well. He's honestly, I don't think it's a stretch to say he's got top 20 skill level in the league right now. Obviously, that doesn't mean he's a top 20 player in the league right now. There's a lot more that goes into that, but just pure raw skill, he is like a human highlight reel. He's going to be plastered all over social media, doing it in the mecca of hockey in Montreal, and he's going to get just a ton of recognition for that, put up a ton of stats, and I think it's a decent field that he's up against, but it's not there's no one that is like a Celebrini or someone like that who's going to have to compete with. There's a lot of just good NHL players, but no one great. He's very much in a tier above all of them, and he's already proved he can do it against men at the top of his game. So I honestly think this is good to even money. He's just head over heels better than the rest of this class.
All right. I seem to agree with you. I don't think this Montreal Canadiens team is very good, so he'll definitely have some playing time opportunity there. So that's pretty massive when you're considering rookie of the year. But also, like you mentioned, the highlight reel stuff being plastered all over social media. I do agree with you. He is a high skilled player, very skilled, but yeah, that is such a big thing for awards markets, getting that exposure, right? We need everyone to have the eyes on him, and I think he'll be able to do that, like you said, in Montreal, playing top 6 minutes on the power play, has the skill. Good case to be made there. A lot of people don't like this in the chat, though. People are saying Misa, Zeev, Cliff.
Misa might not even make the team.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the guy. I'm just here letting you know what the chat has to say. But yeah, we appreciate those chat messages. So yeah, plus 190. I wonder if we can maybe get a yes/no market on Fanduel, because it seems like people want to bet the no on that in the chat. But it's all right. You and I, Moretto, we're going to be driving down that.
Maybe just DM me. That's all.
No. We're kidding. We don't do that. But yeah, maybe me and you can drive down that Ivan Demidov price. But yeah. All right, I like that look. Alex, appreciate you. You can follow Alex on Twitter at AlexJMoretto. Yeah, we'll talk soon.
Yeah, appreciate it, Jason.
All right, see ya.